Dan, I will give you the floor on your thoughts on Super Bowl 57 and what you think of 2 days later from it.
I still marvel at the performances by both quarterbacks. I think if I had to use one word to describe it by Patrick, it was discipline. And that's probably the most impressive thing, not only of the game, but what Patrick has become as a player, is a disciplined player, because his talent would say he doesn't need to play in that fashion. I think he learned from last season and the kind of the missteps, to learn from last year's AFC Championship game and how he had to go about playing depending on how teams were going to dare him to. Tough when it comes to his just mental and physical toughness. We don't look at it because of his talent is so tremendous. I mean, Rich, to contextualize the performance, if you are a starting quarterback and you go out in 7-on-7, so no offensive and or defensive lines, and you go, I think he was 13 of 14. You go 13 of 14, and that one incompletion is a throwaway. That's really, really good. Like, I've been around, I've watched guys, Matthew practice, I've watched Goff practice, Peyton. I don't know if I've ever seen guys. I've seen guys go 14 of 14. I've seen guys go 13 of 14. But it didn't happen that often. And to do that, man, is so impressive. And then for Jalen, best I've ever seen Jalen play. And I've seen Jalen take every snap since he started at Alabama. He had 4 or 5 wild throws that were about ball placement.
Yeah.
And if they came from Rodgers or Brady or Patrick, we'd be talking about him more. So I think if you're Philly, you sit back and you're devastated to blow that lead, but you go, oh man, like we're the new king of the castle in the NFC with that quarterback.
So let me guess the Jalen Hurts throws, the 2 third-down throws on that third-down drive to Goddard to extend 3rd and longs, the touchdown to A.J. Brown where he put that ball, right? I mean, and then the one to Watkins that Watkins dropped. That's another one. You know?
Absolutely. That's a bang-banger. The one that Devontae catches right before the half that they overrule, that one's perfect as well.
He's incredible. He was unbelievable, man.
He was awesome, man. He was absolutely spectacular.
If you had to choose one to get back to the game, which one would you choose?
As the best throw?
No, I'm sorry. If you could choose which team to get back to the Super Bowl in Vegas next year, you can only choose one.
I think,
That's Sports Talk Radio.
I've tried to shy away from this. I've tried to shy away from picking just the quarterback.
Yes.
And I didn't. I picked Philly to win this past week because I thought their offense played well. Kansas City, just because, I mean, if you look at the team, I think they were 3rd in the NFL this year when it comes to the amount of snaps rookies played. Houston and Chicago being 1-2. The fact that Kansas City won the Super Bowl being 3. They got right around middle of the pack cap space for next year, 11 picks. I'd pick them even in the vaunted AFC.
Yeah, I mean, I totally hear you on that front. I'm just wondering if Philly, paying Hurts and what that's going to mean, to their cap and what that might mean to. But I totally trust Howie Roseman to do it. And to me, I hear you. I would probably go the same way with Kansas City, especially because, don't you think receivers around the league are going to start looking at Kansas City and go, well, I mean, if Juju, you got him for a year and you got MVS and you gave them rings, stick me in there, right? Tony, look at Kadarius. I mean, don't you think they're going to do that?
Tony, absolutely. I think depending on what Juju gets on the open market too,
Yes.
What does he get from another? Oh, okay, I'll go somewhere for a year. Totally with Kadarius Toney. Hey, get me to Kansas City. I think teams are going to look at it as a little bit of blueprint as well. I think quarterbacks are. I think, a guy like Joe Burrow or a guy like Justin Herbert or even Jalen might look at it and say, okay, I know I want X amount of dollars to break whatever. But Patrick, I think next year is going to be the 6th highest paid quarterback in football. So, the freedom that allows – and how much, not only the winning, but how much he's going to make off the field because of the winning, a la Tom Brady.
Right.
So, yeah, here's my big question with Philly right now. Obviously, losing both coordinators. I don't think losing Steichen is going to be this. While that's not a disrespect to him, I think Brian Johnson's their quarterback coach has a chance to step right in. I'd say the biggest question is, what does Kelsey do? What Kelsey is a massive piece of what they do. Until I know that, I feel very, very, very good, very good. But I don't know if I'm ready. I think they should be Super Bowl contenders, no question.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.